Good morning, good afternoon for some. I am so excited about my live today. I'm going to be interviewing with a guest, and we're going to be talking about how to eliminate self-doubt and thrive in life and business. So I am so excited for this conversation, and I'm just waiting for my guest to log in so we could jump in and dive deep with this conversation. Hey, Bisi, I see you. And we want to connect with you all. We want to get to know you, help answer your questions. So as we're talking and there's anything you'd like to know or ask, please feel free to leave comments or questions in the comment section, and we would love to conversate with you. Okay, waiting for, oh, here we go. Oh, we'll just flip the camera. There we go.
There we go.
Good morning / afternoon, Bisi.
Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Actually, it's good afternoon over
Yeah.
here. Can you see me well? I feel like okay.
Yeah, we just need the whole face, and then we're good.
Can you see the whole face now?
Yeah.
It's so good to be here with you.
I'm so excited to talk in more depth with you. A lot of our work overlaps each other, but you do a wonderful job of speaking about the life and business part of it. I
Yes.
focus a little bit more on the emotional and relational end of it. So
Yes.
I'm so excited to learn from you and your strategies and how you help your clients get through self-doubt so they can
Absolutely.
thrive in life and business. So please take a moment, introduce yourself, let the people know who you are and what you do.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? I am so delighted to be on here. Can I just drop this first of all here that this is my first IG live. This is my first IG live, and I'm super elated and delighted. And I'm like, oh my God, do I even know how to do this? Which is almost like part of that same self-doubt that we're talking about. But I'm so excited to be here with you. Thank you so much, Ita, Dr.
Yeah,
Dominguez,
Dr. D on here.
Dr. D on here,
Yeah.
for having me on here. So, I am Bisi MacGregor, and I am the founder of Theater Freedom and the creator of the Live More Fearless method. I'm an international speaker, a TEDx speaker with over 2 decades of corporate finance experience. And today I'm a life and mindset coach who helps high achievers go after whatever they desire in their lives without fear ever holding them back again.
I love
That
it.
is what I do. That's
I
who I be
love
in the
it.
world.
I love it. So
Yeah.
let's jump into it. Self-doubt has such a huge impact on the way that we show up, not only in our personal lives and in our relationships, but you really go into the way that self-doubt impacts us when we show up professionally and just in our life goals in general. So how have you in your work noticed that self-doubt tends to impact people?
Oh my goodness, it's so huge. That's such a great question. You know, people say, "Oh, I'm anxious," or they say, "I'm overwhelmed," or I got to think it over again. And a lot of times, it's really just self-doubt looming because there isn't this confidence and this knowing within themselves to either attend to a thing or do a thing. So what happens is people hesitate,
Mm-hmm.
people avoid.
Yes.
People, I know a lot might resonate with this. People procrastinate, or people say, oh, I'm a perfectionist. I'm a
Yeah.
perfectionist. So, and at the end of it all, there's just this doubt that's looming where you are just not trusting who you are, your capability, your ability. And then all of a sudden you create this identity for yourself that helps you avoid the things that you want. So I see this in life, in professional life, at work, in business, parenting. You
Mm-hmm.
see it with friendships, relationships, all of that. And for me, doubt is under this big umbrella called fear.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely a type of fear for sure.
Yeah.
And that's how it shows up in our behaviors. And you mentioned a really important part, which is our decision making too. And if we're operating from this place, we're not able to make decisions based off of our core values. We're letting the self-doubt run the show.
You can say that again. There's a study out there that says more than 75% of our decisions are fear-based.
Mm.
More than 75% of your decisions are fear-based. And I want you all to take a moment and even just think about how many times you're making decisions every day, every moment to moment. The fact that you're watching this live stream, you said, you clicked on it. Do I want to? That's a decision. But here's the thing, 75% of the time, it's fear-based, which means I'm saying yes to a thing I really want to say no to. And you say no to a thing you really want to say yes to.
Right.
And then you get home and you're like, why did I do that? And then you beat yourself up. And then what happens the next day? You wake up and you do what? You do it all over again.
Yeah. And then it creates like a schism between us, because it's like we know who we are at the core, but then that's not how we're showing up in our day to day. That's not what we allow our thoughts and our decisions to be made off of. And and then it gets messy. And then
it's hella messy. Okay. It gets very, very messy. And this is exactly what I do with my clients. Because for me, fear is the gateway to your freedom.
Oh, elaborate.
Fear is the gateway to your freedom. Everything you want is on the other side of that, of fear. You got to go through that gate. Most people don't want to feel the discomfort of fear, the discomfort of not looking good, or being criticized, or being judged, but you got to go through that gateway. You got to go through it. So what I work with my clients on is, I love to, first of all, I like to let them know that there are skills that you can learn to help you overcome self-doubt. There are skills. So it's not like it's a done deal. There's skills for you to learn, right?
Of course.
Also, what I do want to point out also is, these successful people that you see on TV, on IG, on Facebook, the successful people that you see living their lives, it's not that they were born without fear. No, they just know how to handle it differently.
Yes.
That's all. And they just know how to handle it differently.
Yes.
So that's what I do with, so I have a methodology. My proprietary methodology is called Live More, Fear Less. And it's three pillars. And it starts with awareness, awaken, and activate.
Okay. I love the A's. Awareness,
awareness,
and activate. And it's part of, so before we jump into that, I just, someone else in the comments too said, fear is the gateway to your freedom. The discomfort is real. Like that part really resonates with you, K. Will Speaks. And then that stuck out to me too, because it seems so counterintuitive. Like typically when we fear something, or we have that like fight or flight response system come up, we feel the need to protect or to avoid or to go away from. But what the different perspective that you're providing is, when you feel that little tinge of fear or anxiety or discomfort, actually leaning into it is what's going to allow you to evolve into another version of yourself. Absolutely. And that isn't something that is part of our conversation as often.
No, no. People say fear, either run or just stop. Just, so what I do in my work is, it's not you got to just push through. It's fear, just push through. No. I mean, when last did you quit a thing? When you say, oh, we got to quit it, you got to quit it. When last did you quit a thing? Quitting a thing just doesn't work, So what I do for them is just offer a different perspective, a different set of lenses, so that when that fear comes up, it never stops you again. You know what to do about it. So for all intents and purposes, with every fear that we unearth, I give you an antidote to it.
So it's not about eliminating it. It's about learning how to respond to it. And that's what you're going to teach us today.
Amen.
All right. Let's jump into it.
Yes, yes, yes. I know Kay Will Speak says lean into it.
Right.
Absolutely. And I'll show you how also, and I'm going to just let you know right now. Grab your pen and paper. Don't say I didn't tell you. Grab your pen and paper because
I got
this
it.
is different. This is different. All right. I know you probably heard all kinds of trainings out there. Oh, this is how you deal with fear. Da da da. But you keep wondering, well, why do I keep getting back to square one where I started? What's going on? So like even in the comments, I would love to see like why aren't you living your best life right now? Because at the
Mm.
end of it, this is what how people are just like, I'm not quite where I want to
Want
be.
to be. Yeah. Yeah.
Why aren't you living your best life now? Why? I mean, and I better not see COVID in the comments because, yeah, yes, we know COVID is in town, but what was it before COVID? What was it before the pandemic? Because the truth is, it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
hasn't changed. Whatever it is hasn't changed. So what are we talking about? Is it that your self-discipline leaves a lot to be desired and you seem to end up lapsing back into your old ways before you know it? And then you carry over that goal again,
Mm-hmm.
another month, again, right?
Mm.
What is it? Is it that you've tried something in the past and you've quote unquote failed? Now you live in the shadow of that shame
Mm.
year after year after year. And then now you're sabotaging yourself.
Mm.
Maybe you
Yeah.
were betrayed. Maybe you were betrayed or you were taught from a little child not to trust people. And now you don't even know how to trust yourself. You keep doubting yourself.
Yeah.
You are so afraid to be rejected. So it's like you don't attempt to do a thing.
Yeah.
And
We
that
have.
self-doubt is like always in your everyday choices.
Yeah.
And you
And it
find that
takes
you're
over.
missing out on
Mm-hmm.
opportunities because you know that you could do better. You know you could be better. And then you beat yourself up for missing
Yeah.
out on those opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you like to hear some of the
Yeah,
responses she said in the
absolutely.
comments? So
Yeah.
Naya and Nati says, because I'm a single mom and feel afraid to make decisions that will impact my means to provide.
Yeah.
Gembody Brit says, dwelling on the struggle of my childhood. Louie and Low TV says, not finding balance.
hmm Yeah. I feel those and they're real, right? They're real. But what happens if you don't address these issues? What happens? What happens if you don't address this issue? I mean, in a few years, few months, I mean, you'll coast. You'll coast. You just keep going, coast, and then things get worse.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah,
live in this deep discontent, unhappiness,
right.
wondering, what if?
Yeah,
What if? What if? What if?
yeah.
So I know it's essential to solve this because I know
Yes, it
that
is.
feeling of if you don't, I think things are just, I'm going to have a major breakdown.
And that's the part too many of us wait until we get to that breakdown part. And I love the way that you asked the question because you were like, what's going to happen if you don't? If you don't, it's going to be status quo. Things are going to stay the
Yeah.
same.
Yes.
But the reality is the same old for most of us is not sustainable. If we
No.
stay in the same place we're in right now, we cannot live an entire lifetime here. It
No.
is not sustainable. We will inevitably get to that breaking point. And I love what you're highlighting here is we don't need to wait to get there because then
No.
we got to clean up all the broken pieces and then rebuild the foundation,
Absolutely.
when what we could do now is just address it before it gets
Absolutely.
any worse. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so what I want to even offer you is imagine waking up every day excited to spend the day on what you choose for yourself, what you love. You're getting messages from people saying, thank you for being you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're making money doing the things that light you up. You're being a role model for your children.
Yes.
Because I know there's a mom here who just talked about her kids, and
Mm-hmm.
that is so important. I have conversations with so many people that are they say, I feel like a hypocrite. I wanna tell my kids to do something different, but I'm thinking, well, you're not doing it. You're not doing it. So what do I tell my kid? Just do what mommy says. Don't do what mommy does. You know? So so I get it. I get it. So let me walk you through this. So step one is awareness.
Yeah.
That's the first pillar in the Live More, Fear Less methodology, awareness. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put this out here, Dr. D. I'm going to gift one person a seat in my program, Discover Your Fearless Formula. And this is how we're going to play this game. This is how we're going to play this game.
Let's
do it. Listen, let me tell you about Discover Your Fearless Formula so you even know what you're playing for. It's a 2-week program where I walk you through 4 of the most common fears that hold you back, that keeps you stuck, that keeps you struggling and sabotaging your own success. And we turn all of those fears into fuel for your freedom and success. Okay? So you get to change those beliefs. You become, there is no way you enter into that container and leave the same.
Okay.
Period. Okay? So this is how we're going to play the game. If something resonates with you, put it in the comment, because we're probably just going to do a random drawing and pick a name. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Are we game? Are we game? Let me know if we're a game in the comments. Just put I'm in. I'm game. Just put that in the comments. So and I assume there's a delay on IG Live.
Yeah, there is. There is.
Okay. So we'll sip on some coffee as we wait to see who's playing.
Okay, K Will Speaks is playing.
Okay.
Gem Body Brit.
I'm all in. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, I'm just waiting for another I'm in. Gem Body Brit is
Brooklyn
in.
Bay.
Okay. We got some players in the house. All right, good. So step 1, awareness. Here's the thing. Creating the life that you desire, getting those bold results that you want require a high level of awareness.
Yes.
Who are you? What are your beliefs? What are your habits? What behaviors do you engage in? Do you have clarity? How do you make decisions? It requires you to become uber aware, to wake up to what's around you, what's in you, what's about you. It is the first step.
Yes.
And I mentioned a few minutes ago, one of my biggest discoveries is that research shows that more than 75% of our decisions are fear-based.
Yeah.
I mean, let that sit for a second. You're saying yes to a thing you want to say no to. You say no to a thing you want to say yes to. So basically, you're constantly, 75% of the time, making decisions not based on what you want.
Right. Or what you desire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and what are we talking about here? Let's even bring this on. What are we talking about here? Oh, I can't call that person and apologize. They're going to think I'm a wuss. I can't speak up in that meeting. They're going to think I am fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to wait to start my business because I can't have my kids wearing that because people are going to think fill in the blank. Whatever that is for you. Most of the time, you're making decisions that are fear-based, not based on what you want.
Yeah.
And we are all wired like this. As you know, Dr. Ita, we're all wired for safety, period. It's how our brains work.
Yes. Yeah, it's a survival mechanism, but we're not in that type of environment anymore. And so trying to survive that way doesn't serve us well. We could cope, but we're not creating the lives that we want or that we're even capable of creating.
Yeah, yeah. And when you think about it, you know, fear, I say, it would have you doing one of 3 things. It will have you constricting, it will have you condemning, and it will have you conforming.
Constricting, condemning, conforming.
I mean, because when you think about it, you want the opportunity, you want to do it, you talk about it, you pray about it. But when it's time to take the move, all of a sudden your fear says, I don't know, that seems too scary. You're gonna get criticized, you're gonna get whatever. Before you know, you start playing small. So you
that one is so big. So many people that I speak to, it's that they're making themselves smaller. They're taking themselves out of the picture.
Yes, yes. And it will have you condemning. This is where you find yourself blaming other people, finger wagging. Oh, look at what she's doing. Look at what they're doing. You're complaining. All the energy is outside, just focused. You have
Projecting on other people. Yeah.
no time, no energy for what you actually want.
Yes. Yeah.
And then conforming, your fear says it is way too risky to be yourself. You can't be yourself. So what happens? You try to be somebody else. You try to walk like somebody else. You try to talk like somebody else. You regurgitate things the way other people just your uniqueness is in hiding.
Yeah.
And then you wonder, how come I don't have the support? How come I don't have the friends? Because they ain't speaking to you. They can't hear you.
It's a pseudo self that gets created. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to give you a power tip under awareness. And the power tip I want to give you under awareness is this. It's around clarity. Because a lot of people are in limbo. They don't get what they want because they're in this state of uncertainty, of confusion, because they're not clear. Some people won't even name the thing they want.
Yeah. Too scared to even say it out loud. Or even
and you
write
can't
it in their
claim what you won't name.
sometimes.
Yeah. You cannot claim what you won't name. And some people, they know what they want, but I'm not going to say it out loud because what if it doesn't happen?
Yeah.
What if it doesn't happen?
But what if it does?
What if it does? Even some people are afraid of that. What if it does happen? Oh my God.
Then what
the
does that mean?
responsibility.
Right. Yeah.
But you'll never find out.
Right.
Right? So because some people are doubting their ability or capability, when they do step out, they're like, you know what? Why step out anyway? Why even? So getting clear about what you want, what you desire is super, super, super important, because here's the thing. When you can't get clear on who you are, on what you want, you will always be at the mercy of somebody else.
Yeah.
And at the mercy of somebody else's intention. But when you have a clear intention and you know your reasons why, and you are working on your subconscious and your self-image, it is only natural. You will start attracting opportunities to you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So think about what you want. Get a crystal clear picture of it. Because as you'll see later, like in step 2, that getting clear is truly like you need that. I remember working with a lady who was she had been a stay-at-home mom for about 15 years, and she was ready to go back into the workforce. She was a graphic designer, but after spending 15 years with babies, she's like, I don't have the confidence. I can't. How am I going to do this? I can't go out there. But then we worked together. She got clear, and what she realized was, I want to educate people about healthy eating. I don't even want to do graphic designing. This is what lights me up. Yeah. And because she got clear, and the second part to getting clear is you got to make the decision.
Yeah.
Got to make a decision.
Yeah. Yes. And a lot of you were talking about procrastination earlier, and a lot of times the procrastination is even around that part, the decision making. Because sometimes even doing what you're saying, like visualizing what we want, it's hard for some people to even allow their imagination to go there because we're so used to visualizing the worst case scenario. So then like stepping into this and then making a decision that this is what I'm going to invest my energy into creating part of my reality, but it's that decision to do that, to commit to that.
Absolutely. And that decision is key, because in that decision is when you actually create the thing that you want. And so many people don't want to make the decision just in case it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Just in case I might be judged, the responsibility of it all. So let me play it safe. Let me put one foot in and put one foot out.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, even that visual, like the 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm like, when we do that, we're stepping into who we truly were in the first place. We're stepping back into our authentic selves. We
Yes,
must make those decisions. We must stand in the core of who we are, because otherwise it's that pseudo fear self that's
absolutely.
being the zombie out here in life for you.
Absolutely. That's running the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yes, get clear and decide. This is
Yes.
what I want to create. This is what I want. This is how I want to live my life. This is the weight I want to be at, whatever the case may be. That's
Yeah.
your pro tip for awareness. So the second pillar is this. Are you getting something from this? Are you all getting
Oh,
something from
yes.
this?
The comments are lit up, Missy. If you want to
Okay.
take a minute and just scroll through.
Yes, fear constricts come there. Absolutely. El Pucker. Okay, I said way too risky. Jen Body said, I know. Yeah, your fear says you're way too risky. But yeah, that is your freedom. You know?
Yeah.
That's right. You cannot claim what you won't name. Absolutely. I love it. I love, 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 love it. Awesome.
Yeah.
So step 2 is this, awaken. And I love this step because when you begin to get into the driver's seat, because now told fear, I'm sorry.
Right. Right. We
Back seat,
decided.
dude. Back seat, back seat, back seat. I'm running
Taking
this
over the
show.
steering wheel. Right.
Something
Right.
inside of you begins to awaken. Something inside of you begins to awaken. And here's my belief. Everything that you need to get you to the next level, to get that healing that you desire, to achieve that audacious goal, to stand up for yourself, all of that stuff, to make the impact that you want to make in this world
Mm-hmm.
is already on the inside of you.
Yes. I agree.
Simply just
100%.
needs to be awakened and
Yes.
activated.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
it. So many people are walking around thinking, what's the next thing? What's the next strategy? What's the next thing? Yeah, do you
Looking
need more
outside
strategy?
themselves.
Sure,
Mm-mm.
maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
100% of the answer that you need is
Is
inside
already
you.
within. Yeah.
It's inside you. So this is the step where I walk my clients through, just awakening their inner self-belief, their trust, self-trust, their courage and confidence. Again, when you aren't aware, your intuition, your innate power, those ideas, they just lie dormant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to
Yeah.
show you one of the most powerful, life-changing tools that I walk my clients through. I've learned this from one of my mentors, Rhonda Britton. It is powerful. If you apply this effectively and consistently, I promise you it will be a game changer in your life. So it's called, well, I'll tell you the tip. Here's the tip. Take on your stretches. That's your tip. Take on your stretches. And I know you're like, basically, what you mean? Stay with me. Hang on. Here's
Okay.
the thing. The problem is a lot of people see objectives and a goal without assessing the levels of fear to it.
Mm.
So you tend to take one goal big and try to go after it and tackle it. And then you get frustrated moments later. You get overwhelmed. Your
Mm-hmm.
brilliance, your capability, all of that stuff gets challenged because it's too big. And then doubt sets in. We see this a lot. New Year's resolution. Heck, we see it around like this time. We're moving into a new quarter. People are like, yes,
Right.
this is a quarter. 2021 is the year. Blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, I'm going to start. And then you start, heavy. And then 10 days later, it's like slow motion.
Right.
You
Right.
lost steam because
Right.
everything can't be lumped together. Everything really is a stretch. And I'm
Yeah.
going to show you how to take on those stretches.
Yeah.
So I asked you before, grab a pen and paper.
Mm-hmm.
You want to draw 3 concentric circles. And I want to show you
Okay.
what that looks like. So it's going to be big, bigger, biggest. So it's
All in
3
each other?
circles. Say that again.
Like inside of each other?
Inside of each other, exactly.
Okay.
So it's like a bull's eye and 2 circles around it.
Okay.
So I just drew mine. So it looks like that.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Everybody got their circles. Yeah. So 3 circles. Big, bigger, biggest inside one another.
Mm-hmm.
So this tool is called Stretch, Risk, or Die.
Okay.
Stretch, Risk, or Die. So the bull's eye, which is the very centerpiece, okay, that's called your comfort zone.
Okay.
This is where fear has been assigned to babysit us
Hmm.
and to make sure we do not leave.
Yeah.
This is where life as it is shows up. This is where you live.
Mm-hmm.
Life as it is. So when you think about the decision you made in step one, that thing you want to create, whatever that goal is, what does your comfort zone look like today?
Hmm.
So you want to lose weight. What do you do today? You eat 3 meals a day filled with nothing but carbs and soda.
And
That's your
salts.
comfort
Yeah.
zone. And salt, that's your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You're running a business and you want to make $50,000 a month. What's your comfort zone? If it is
Right.
that you only offer one thing to one person a day, that's your, it's life as it is right now. So
Right.
in terms of that goal, what is your comfort zone? Paint that picture. Now,
Mm-hmm.
here's what I want you to know about the comfort zone. Just because it's called comfort doesn't mean it's comfortable.
It's comfortable. It's not. It's not. It's not because there's that lack of integrity that we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most people are overwhelmed, they're frustrated, they're unfulfilled, they're unhappy, they are trapped inside of this comfort zone. It's simply a familiar territory. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. So, what I want you to take away about the comfort zone is this: fear is the gatekeeper of your comfort zone, period.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's move on to the next ring. The next circle is called your stretch zone. Your stretch zone is where you build self confidence and self esteem.
Right.
It's also where you beat yourself up the most. Why?
Hmm.
Because your stretch zone is just a small step out of your comfort zone. It contains the things that you know how to do. They're easy to do. You just don't do them. They're easy to do.
Yeah.
You know you can double up on your water. You know you can walk 20 minutes. You know you can
Yeah.
post on IG. You can post on Facebook to ask for the business. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
So what you want to
Yeah.
do with regards to that goal that you made a decision on is come up with three things. What are three sub steps in your stretch zone?
Yeah.
What are just three things? That's it. That's all you want to come up with. What are three things in your stretch zone?
Yeah.
That's it. Three things in your stretch. So now we've painted your comfort zone. We know what that looks like. What are the
Right.
things that you know how to do? You just don't do them.
Right.
Three in your stretch zone. That's it. The next ring, your risk zone. Now the risk zone, it's a little bit uncomfortable because it's ways out of your comfort zone, right? You're not even sure if you can do the
If you
things
can
in
do
here.
it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now this area kind of comes up. It has this level of, ooh, it might fail. Ooh, it might not work. There's a possibility of failure or rejection in this area.
Right. Yeah, because this is the more unpredictable sphere, right? Because
Yes.
we're not in this space as often.
Exactly, exactly. All you need to do is come up with two things with regards to that goal you want to reach. What are two things in your risk zone? That's it. It takes a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of courage. You're not sure. Maybe to lose weight, maybe it's to actually get a weight loss coach. And you're like, whew, I don't know. Somebody to hold me accountable 24/7. Ease. I don't know. It takes courage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last ring, all of that space on the outside,
Uh-huh.
that's the die zone. And it
What's
feels
the die
just
zone?
like that. It feels like it's so far out of your comfort zone. You feel like, I'm going to die. It's that one thing that when somebody says, hey, let's do this, Dr. D, you're like, are you crazy? People die doing that. I'm out. Peace. Like you just run. And
Uh-huh.
it's different for different people. It could be, oh,
Right.
you want to run a marathon? And you're like, I'm out.
Right.
Come do a Facebook Live. You crazy? I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's it is so far out of your comfort zone. You feel that pit in your stomach. It's like,
Yeah, for me, like ours was the 75 hard because so Bissy and I know each other from a mastermind group word, and like everyone's like, okay, let's do 75 hard. I'm like, nah,
yeah,
like that's
exactly.
a no. I might die doing that. I
Yes.
probably really won't, But yeah, that for me is an example of
Yeah,
the die zone.
absolutely. Absolutely. I remember when I first took on speaking, it was like, wait, you're about to go speak on the stage? I mean, you've been doing speaking presentations in boardrooms. You're about to go on the stage? You're going to die. They're going to throw tomatoes at you. They're going to throw eggs at you. I've never seen this before, but that's what's in my head.
But it's gonna happen.
Exactly. So all you want to do is come up with one thing. What is that one die zone with regards to that goal that you want to achieve? That's it. Just one thing. All right. So here's how this tool works. You have your comfort zone. You have your 3 things in a stretch. You have 2 in a risk, and you have 1 die zone. What happens is people go for the one big goal, boom, and it's really a die.
Yeah.
It's really a die. You want to break
Yeah.
your goal into these small steps, right? Now, what you want to do, remember the pro tip for you was what? Take on your stretches.
Yes.
So I
Okay.
want you to forget about the risk and the die zone for now. Just
Yes.
take on your stretches.
Yes.
Remember those things that are simple,
Yes.
you know how to do them, you just don't do
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
start doing those things. That's it,
That
just those
creates
things.
momentum. And
Yeah.
that also ends up changing what our comfort zone looks like and then what
Ooh,
our new stretch zone is.
Dr. D, she's moving ahead. I love it.
Okay,
I
let me
love it. I love
hold
it.
on. Let me slow down.
No,
But
but
yes.
that is exactly what happens. So this is what's going to happen for all of you on here. When you go on to take on your stretch, when you go ahead and say,
Mhm.
yeah, you know what, I'm gonna whatever your stretch is, and put in a comment. What's one stretch that you wrote? Put in a comment. Let me see one of these stretches. Whatever that is, I'm gonna make that phone call. I'm gonna reach out to that person. Here's what's going to happen. Your
Mhm.
fear is gonna say, "Excuse me, where are you going?" Because remember, it's the gatekeeper of your comfort zone.
Right.
It's babysitting you in your comfort zone. It's saying, where are you going? You
Mhm.
want to go do what? You want to go offer something to somebody?
Yeah.
I love that. K. Will says daily prayers on IG. Oh, you want to pray on IG? So everybody's going to see you? You're going to trip up?
Mhm.
It is going to speak to you in the language that you understand. Why? So
Mhm.
that you can get back in your comfort zone. That's its
Yeah.
only job.
And maintain the status quo. Yep.
That's it. That's its only job.
Yeah.
That's if you don't take anything away from this conversation we're having, take this away. It's not that you're stupid, you're deemed for mediocrity. It's not that you're not capable. It's only fear doing its job really well.
Mhm.
That's it. So it's not you, it's fear.
Yeah.
It's fear, period. So what's going to happen when you go to take on your stretches? Your fear is going to rear its head.
Mhm.
What are you doing? You got to go back. They're going to throw tomatoes at you. No, no, no. You better say. So before you know it, most people retreat.
Yeah.
Most people go back into their comfort zone. Now,
Yeah.
what you get to do after this conversation is you get to see it. You get to notice the fear. And you get to say to yourself, I see you,
Yeah.
but I'm willing to take this step.
Yes.
I
Right.
notice you're
And
there
that's
to
a
keep
different
me
way of
safe.
responding to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I notice you want to keep me safe, but I'm willing to take this risk.
Yeah. I got this.
I got this. And you move.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
just go on and take your stretch. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
That's it. Now, here's the thing. Let me just tell you this because you do not argue with fear. Okay.
Hmm.
You do not argue. This is not a dialogue.
Yeah, it's not rational. You cannot have a
Mm-mm.
rational conversation with fear.
No. And on top of that, your fear knows everything that you know. It's just as educated as you are. It's just as spiritual as you are. So no, you cannot pray it away. You
Hmm.
do not have a dialogue with fear. All you need to say is, all right, well, I see you. I'm willing to, I got this though. And you go take on your stretch. That's it. That's it. And
Yeah.
you take on your stretch. Period. This baby step, you've heard baby step swings big hinges. Like the small hinges swings big doors.
Yeah.
I've had a
Yeah.
client create a monumental business because of her small steps.
Yeah.
Just these small steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, once you do this, let's move into step 3. The pillar of the Live More Fearless methodology is activate. So now you've awakened this thing. It's like, whoa, I'm capable.
Yeah.
You know, think about you've gotten into your car. You started a car. It's like, yeah, now I can't wait to get on that road trip. I can't get it. You got to put it in drive and you got to press the gas pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to activate. This step with my clients is where we activate the mindset, the beliefs that empowers them to not only know that they are enough, but they move in the world, practicing overcoming self-doubt. They get to call and demand the courage that they need to move towards what it is that they desire in their life. And I'm going to show you one powerful tip and tool that I use with them. And here's a power tip. Acknowledge movement forward.
Yes. Yes.
Acknowledge movement forward.
Yes. Yes. We need to celebrate the progress, the small wins, and acknowledge it. Because if we don't, we're feeding, again, what we don't desire. So, like, celebrating and acknowledging the momentum that is created is the only thing that's going to multiply it and allow us to create more.
I
That's
love
so
that.
important.
So
So important.
important, because I feel like a lot of people, they wait for the finish line to assess if they did well or did bad, if they passed or failed.
Yeah. And that doesn't make sense, because that's not sustainable. A lot of the goals, especially like the type of people that we're talking about, those goals are not goals that, it's not a sprint type thing. It's not
No.
something that we're going to be able to get done in a day, much less a week, not
Yeah.
even a month typically.
Yeah.
Like, they're things that are long term. So we need to take breaks along the way, be like, oh, let me check my pace. Okay, that was pretty good, right? Or, let me hydrate here, or let me celebrate here. And that is what gives us the right mindset to be able to be like, okay, I'm making progress. Like, look back and see what I've done so far, and then move based
Absolutely.
off of that.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to start taking you with me to go do these talks. I love
I
it. You're
love it.
so right. Because, I mean, like we said, people are waiting for the finish line to see, did I do well? Did I do it? Or they're waiting for the finish line for somebody to pat them on the back. And it's really because your fear has convinced you you should have done it better, faster, quicker, before now, more perfect. It goes on and on and on and on. And here's the thing about fear. It might be motivating, but it would never let you be satisfied. Never.
Wait, say that again, please. Please. Fear.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Allow you to be satisfied. Are we
The
back?
connection
Are we kind of
was just going.
okay? Okay,
I think
that
we're
was
back.
so.
Are we back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
I
it can
hadn't heard
motivate
that
you. Yeah.
together. Yeah,
Yeah. It can
yeah.
motivate you, but it will never let you be satisfied. So what I'm going to share with you is something that will take away the right that you give to yourself to beat yourself up. Instead, it will give you the right to pat yourself on the back and love yourself as is. And that is acknowledge movement forward. With every step outside of your comfort zone, acknowledge yourself. Now, I hope you heard the phrase is every step outside of your comfort zone,
Yes,
acknowledge yourself.
yes.
Yeah.
What are your tips for people to even do that? Because some people have learned so much to operate from this fearful place, from this very critical place. How do you encourage your clients to acknowledge themselves? What does that look like on a day to day?
So it's literally, you can say it out loud, you can write it down, because, so first off, it's really, really noticing, being aware that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, which is why that tool is like, when you write it down, you know
Yeah.
what your comfort zone is. When you step out, you gotta, ooh, I acknowledge myself for drinking one additional cup of water today, because I know my comfort zone was always 2 cups and now I'm up to 3 cups. Whoa, I acknowledge. It's really stopping and noticing that
Right.
I've moved past my comfort zone. Because
Yeah.
if you think about it, it's a win. It is a
It
win. Think
is.
about
It
how
is.
long you has kept you in your comfort zone. So any little movement outside of it is a win. Now, this is not about doing anything perfectly or getting it exactly as you want it or getting it as much as you want it. One tiny
Hmm.
step outside of your comfort zone is a win.
Yes, worthy of celebration because it's about the growth, the development, that
Period.
momentum, the progression. That's what we're
Period.
about.
Yes, I've had clients create podcasts. I've had clients create more clients for the business owners. I've had clients who are corporate professionals just be able to stand up for themselves because they're able to just acknowledge moving forward, moving forward,
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah.
So what begins happening, and this is what you talked about, Dr. D, a few minutes ago, is if you start doing the three things that we talked about, you get clear and you decide.
Hmm.
And number two, you start taking on your stretches. And
Yeah.
number three, you're acknowledging movement forward. What begins
Yeah.
happening is your comfort zone starts expanding.
Expands. Yes,
Those
ma'am.
things that were in your stretch, now they become your comfort zone.
Yes.
The things that were in your risk are now a stretch. That stuff that was the die, and I was like, oh my God, are you crazy? I am out of here. That stuff all of a sudden is not so scary. Now
Yeah.
you have a whole new comfort zone to deal with. This is
Yes.
how you expand. This is how you
Yes.
build confidence. This is how you overcome self-doubt,
Yes.
right?
I love it. I love it.
So you've
This is
you've
amazing.
all just literally you've discovered this power of and importance of clarity and decision making because you're not moving anywhere
Absolutely.
unless you make a decision. You've
Yeah.
discovered how to take the next step towards what you desire. No more
Yeah.
excuses. And you
Yeah.
have literally gotten the key to building internal validation
Yes.
instead of waiting for everybody else to cheer you along. Now, once you build the acknowledgement, when they cheer you along, that's just bonus. It's extra.
Right. Right. Those are the cherries on top.
Cherries on top. That's just extra.
Yeah.
So again, imagine if you could wake up in the morning feeling truly rested, excited to get engaged in what you really want instead of what you're afraid of.
Yeah.
Having expansive days, deep conversations with friends, with family, getting those emails and messages from people saying, thank you for being you.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
reason why you cannot thrive in your life, in your business, in your career.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
So those are your three
And
steps.
yeah. And oh my gosh, it's beautiful because it's not only addressing like okay and how healthy and productive ways, but it's also simultaneously allowing you to literally step into higher versions of yourself and move
Absolutely.
forward with more conscious decision making, being aware of what your visions and core values are, and using those to make your decisions, using those to
Absolutely.
have your automatic thoughts. And
Absolutely.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I
Absolutely.
love it so much.
I love that you mentioned automatic thoughts because that's what most people are walking around really on autopilot, just
Yeah.
unawake,
Yeah.
asleep, you know?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
fear zombie.
Fear zombie, exactly. K. Will speaks says there's
Yeah.
no reason why we can't thrive in our lives. None. None.
Right.
None at all. So I really would love to know, was this helpful? Was this helpful for you all? Was this helpful? I mean, and what is
Yeah.
your stretch? Are you guys going to move it? Because there's no point in knowing a thing and not taking the action. Because that's, for me, that's just philosophy. Knowledge is
Right.
philosophy. Without
Right.
action, there's no transformation.
Right. Right. Agreed. Yeah. We need to bring it into our experiential
Hmm.
knowing by actually doing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm scrolling
Yes.
through to see if
And Art says, yes.
for
I love it. I love it. Kay Will says, this is more than helpful. We need a new word because this was life-giving. Ooh, I love that. Ooh,
yeah.
I love
Let
that.
us let us digest this word put
Yes.
it into action,
Yes.
celebrate with each other so we could
Yes.
witness it. And yes, and there's always more where that came from. Oh,
Absolutely.
tell them how to get more where this came from.
Woo.
Remind them again about what you're doing later this week.
Okay, so I have a program starting April 5th. So one person is going to win a seat in this program. So Dr. D, you start scrolling through because you're probably gonna do the picking here. So Discover Your Fearless Formula workshop is all about uncovering 4 of the most common fears that hold you back from what you want next in your life, right? We
Hmm.
get to reframe 4 of those fears and turn them into fuel for your success and freedom, which means you walk away with an understanding of how you are wired for the results that you keep getting and learn how to say no to fear for good. You get
Okay.
tools, just like you got in here. You get practical tools to help you release the shame, self-doubt, procrastination, and get you moving in the direction of your goals. Basically, you're going to walk away with a know-how on what to do when you get faced with excuses, overwhelmed, the lack of self-discipline, all of that stuff. So this is what you get, just so that you are clear. Here's what you get in the program. Focused and powerful daily live training. You're going to get daily fearless action to do because, again, knowledge only is philosophy. We got to put
Mm-hmm.
some action in it. Okay.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
because I want to set you up for success, I'm throwing in a couple of bonuses. You're going to get a downloadable fast action fearless workbook. This is yours.
Ooh.
This is yours for good. And this helps you deepen the work. This helps you deepen the work. The second bonus you get is 2 weekly Q&A calls with me live. If you know anyone that has had a conversation with me, you do not have a conversation with me and leave the same. It is impossible.
Those are facts. Those are
Okay?
facts.
It is impossible. You're getting 2 of that. Then the third bonus is this. You're going to get community for support. This is where you also get additional support. You get people who are on a similar journey with you. You get to cheer each other along. You get to hold each other accountable. You also get me in that container. So I'm by your side for 2 weeks. There is no way you come into this container and you leave the same, except you come with your eyes closed, ear closed, and heart closed.
Yeah,
Impossible. So one
agreed.
person wins a seat to this. Discover Your Fearless Formula program sells for $997. The value of it is way more than that, but it sells for $997. So have you been scrolling, Dr. D?
Yes, yes. So we have people prophetically claiming their seat.
I love it.
So we
Okay,
have,
okay.
go
Let's
ahead.
see. Uh, okay. All right. So you think you all right, wait. Let's see. Okay, Will has been she's
She
been
has been she has been engaged the whole time. So has Gem Body Brit. L Pucker has been in here, and there were a couple people who had to log off, but asked me, at least 4 people asked me to save the
to
live
this video.
because they want to finish. Yeah, they want to finish watching this conversation. So it is a
Okay, so we're
difficult
gonna
decision.
1, 2, 3 pick. Okay, wait. This doesn't seem fair. This doesn't seem fair because this doesn't seem fair. Okay, hold on. Whew. Everyone, each time I looked at the comments, everyone was so engaged, and I love it. The energy that you brought was top notch. I love it. So this is what I'm gonna do, Dr. D. Okay, Bessie, take a deep breath. This is what I'm gonna do. Everyone on this call gets a seat in my next round of Discover Your Fearless Formula.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh
everyone.
my God. Okay.
Everyone
Okay.
gets a seat. So before I
So
tell you how to get access to it, actually, you know what we're gonna do is DM me if you are on this call. If you've watched up until now, you want to be in Discover Your Fearless
ah,
Formula. Yes.
K Will said,
DM
girl, I'm
me.
crying.
Aw.
Oh.
DM me and I will give you the link to sign up. Wow, even I'm like choking up.
Yes,
But guys,
Stephanie.
listen,
Yes, seriously.
here's
Yes,
what I want
Stephanie.
in return. Let me tell you, here's what I want in return. I want your full engagement. Your attention and your engagement, the energy that you brought here on this live. If you bring this level of commitment to the program, those 2 weeks, I promise you, you will not leave the same. You will not go around the same mountain again. The question is, are you willing? Are you ready? Are you open? If you are, DM me. If you're not, don't DM me because I'm very quick to yank you out of my container. Very
Yes,
quick.
this is sacred space, and like as
Yes.
long as everyone's at the same level of intention and we're gonna
Yes.
do this, that allows the whole group to benefit from it.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I'm so
Oh, I'm
happy. Okay.
ready. Jeff Body says I'm
Yes,
ready. Oh, I see. Oh, thank you. You're so welcome.
yes. El
Ooh.
Pucker, get in there.
Yes.
Okay, Kevin Burnett said, "Oh, okay." Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So what
DM
is
me.
there
So do
anybody?
I need to put in my DM thingy? I mean, I don't
Um,
know.
no, I will have her. So hold on, let me, we can type your handle in the comments, but
Okay.
I'm also going to have her name. I'm saving this live, so I think we need to end it soon so it doesn't go over the hour mark, so I can add it
Okay.
to IGTV. And I'm going to have her handle in there, so just click on it and then DM her
Yes.
so you can get your seat.
There you go.
Oh, I'm so happy for you all.
Yeah. I
Okay,
love it. I
DM
love
me.
it. I love it.
Okay,
K
good.
Will. I love it. K Will. She's put my handle in there.
Oh, yeah, she has been A plus plus. Like she was
Yes.
taking notes of the
I
outline and
love
like
it.
putting the quotes in for us and appreciate you. We see you. I'm so excited to
Yes.
learn about the transformation that you experience because it's
Yeah.
gonna happen. It's inevitable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You bring it, it's going to happen. It's going to
Yes.
happen. Dr. D, thank you so much for having me
Thank
on
you so
here. This was
much.
fun.
I enjoyed this so much, and I was just soaking up the wisdom as well.
Mm,
I am so happy you chose to speak with us here today, and I look forward to yeah, to bridging this connection because yeah, what you have to offer, so many people benefit from. So I'm
mm.
happy to
Thank you.
serve in that way.
Thank you. Thank
All
you. Thank
right.
you.
We're gonna wrap it up so I could save it so y'all could watch it later. Please share it with your friends. Comment below, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye, everyone.